Morning, good morning. Okay, so we are holding in middle of Pirkei Avos Perek, Rishon, the first Perek, and we are up to Mishna Yoda. Shmaya ve'avtalyonim. Kiblu mehem. They got it from Shimon ben Shedach. Shmaya Omer. Shmaya said, Ehevas malacha. You should love work. So the first thing he says is love work. People hate work. And everybody in America works towards, retirement. Retirement is the biggest fallacy on the planet. You go insane from boredom after 2 days. Everybody imagines the perfect vacation is just sitting on a beach doing nothing. Guess what? You can't last doing nothing. Not more than a couple hours. It's the biggest fallacy in the world. You need to do things and you need to be productive. So love work. This has nothing to do with making money. Of course, if you're productive and you're making money or something that people value, so then you feel happy. If a person is just grinding the mill all day and all he gets at the end of the day is nothing, so then he doesn't going to feel productive. So earning money is a way to feel productive, but it's just the money? No, if you could become a trillionaire overnight, you don't feel good because it doesn't feel, there's a certain aspects that might imagine feel good, but it's not the deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction of being proud of who you are and being proud of producing. And so therefore, ehav is a malacha. You should love work. And of course, a person when going to work should try to do something that he does appreciate. That is a very important aspect in being a successful worker, to appreciate what you're doing. So a person should know that he should love the work. Now, if a person is deciding what work to go in, obviously, you have to work. That's a gezerah on humans. Humans have to go to work. So choose a job that you'll appreciate. Choose a job that you'll enjoy. So really being productive and going to work and doing good at work is a recipe for being happy. The next line he says is "Usna es harabonos." Hate being in charge. Don't be in charge. You don't get there is a thrill, of course, of doing something for the first time and being in charge and having people listen to you, and obviously there's the covet that comes along with it, and everybody wants covet. But at the same time, it's the responsibilities that you don't need. You should be self-sufficient. In other words, you shouldn't need other people looking up to you in order to be happy and proud of yourself. A person should be able to be in a closed room by himself, not talking to anybody, and still happy and proud to be who he is. He doesn't need other people liking him on Facebook in order to feel that he's good. And the same way you don't need other people liking you on Facebook, you don't need other people listening to you in order to feel good. So what do you get out of it? You just get the fact that you have more responsibilities. If that's all you're getting, then what do you need more responsibilities for? There's enough responsibilities just taking care of your own self. So hate the fact that you have other people's responsibilities on you. Rather, it's much better to be part of society, true, but not necessarily in charge of society. If a person has to, then he has to. But take it as a last resort. Don't jump at being in charge. And the final thing he says is, Al tisvad el roshos, do not become overly familiar with the government. Why not? My own pshat is because the government is something that gives when you have a person who's in charge of a country, that power is too great for one person to manage solely and keep sane. Meaning as follows: if that power was going to be threatened to take away from to be taken away from the person. So as somebody said, power corrupts, and the reason is because you want to maintain that sense of control. So if you become overly familiar with the government, you are putting yourself at risk with somebody who would do anything to keep that in power, just because that power is just too difficult for a person to go ahead and give up and not be swayed by that power. So you're not talking to somebody real. When you get too close to the government, you're not talking to somebody real. He might be real right now, but threaten to take away the government from me and he'll turn on you. You could have a friend who has, whatever he has, $100. Threaten to take away the $100. He could still be your friend because $100 is not something, or even a boat is not something that a person, you might have your people who go ahead and turn on you, but it's not guaranteed. However, the power that comes with running a country is too great for a person not to be swayed and not to give up. The next Mishnah states, Avtalion says, Chachamim hizaru b'divrechem. Wise men, be careful with your words. And basically the overall message of this Mishnah is to be careful how you speak. Make sure that you speak clearly. Because be careful with your words. Because Shema tachu b'choivas galus. Perhaps you will be sent into galus because you spoke unclearly. V'tiglu l'makam ma'im haroim. And you or your words will go to a place of, it'll be heard by the wrong people and it'll be misunderstood. V'yishtu hatalmidim habayim achareichem v'yamusu. And people misunderstanding your words, your teachings in a misunderstood way will get passed down. And people will be saying over your teachings in the wrong way. Even your students will say over your teachings in the wrong way because they will be heard from the wrong people, and it will be filtered down to the masses in the wrong way. So be careful how you speak. Make sure people can understand you, and don't just put your words on YouTube down. So what are we doing here? I don't know. So Hillel. So you have to be very careful how you speak, and speak in a manner and with a clarity that could be understood by the people listening to you. And as we know, I mean, just now we're working on, we're working on minyanim and all these things that are going on in Klal Yisrael. And I hear from people like, oh, I heard you're planning on doing this and this. And like, what? That has nothing to do with me. I was not planning on doing that. I mean, I know where it could have filtered out of the conversation. And obviously there was some person who set up the conversation incorrectly. But people love a story. Everybody loves to be sensationalist. The more true the story is, the less sensationalist it is usually. So therefore people on purpose try to turn a blind eye to that. Like, it was 50,000 people that died. Yeah, really? That was just yesterday? No, it was over the whole world over the last couple of days. Like, oh no, 50,000 people just yesterday in one small hamlet of New York. It's good. So, better story. So people try to, make the story better. So be careful how you speak and make sure things are clear. And finally, Mishna Yobei's Hil v'Shamei Kiblu Mehim Hil Amr having me Talmidav Shel Aaron Oiv Shalom V'Roidav Shalom. Be from the students of Aaron and love peace and run after peace. Love people and bring them close to Torah. And this is, of course, Hillel, the famous Hillel that had all these stories that happened to him, how he was so kind and patient with people. And again, this is, there is such a thing as a concept of if you're running a school, or if you're running a city, you got to have, what did Roosevelt say? Or, speak softly but carry a heavy stick. Yeah, love people, but you got to have some firm backing to it. You got to be, a disciplinarian as well. Says Hillel, if you're not in charge, as we said in the previous Mishnah, so then Adrabah, you have the ability to just speak softly to people, and you'll be able to become like Aaron HaKohen. And it's true. Tell me the Aaron, who was known for his peace-loving methods. So that's the goal. The goal is to be kind to people. If somebody goes out and takes advantage of you, it's I don't care. The society doesn't lose because I wasn't in charge. So, of course, if you're in charge, you do have to, Kapshutai, have that strong stick just to back you up. But at the same time, the best idea would be if a person goes ahead and he speaks softly. Have a great and amazing day.